Hey y'all. Hold on, let me get my itch together real quick. Man, bump all that. Okay, so real quick, y'all. My sister was just putting me on game. And I swear, it's a whole bunch of stuff and knowledge that they don't tell us, um, like in the black community. So, when you around people who are like up there in the game, you know, it's kind of easy to talk to them sometimes. But me and my little protege, I'm so proud of her. But we've been talking or whatever. So let me put y'all on game real quick. So the company that she works for, right? They require her to be a licensed insurance broker. But when I first heard about it, I was like, well, I don't know how to do life insurance or whatever. And she was like, yeah, these people are different. And I'm like, they just like every other life insurance company. But come to find out, she's not with a life insurance company. She's with the middleman. So basically what they do is they do sell you life insurance, but their job is to hook you up with whatever life insurance uh you qualify for, like income wise, health wise, stuff like that. So yeah, we're talking and stuff, and then we start to talk about assets. So come to find out, the people at her job has been giving her some information about how to roll over your 401k, like from your previous jobs and stuff like that. So I'm like, what annuity? What 401k? What does all this mean? And it just behooves me that I didn't know none of this stuff. So when they talk about assets and stuff, like when people ask you if you have assets, now I realize that I didn't even know what an asset was. Unlike it was like, if unless it's like your house or something, like something that accumulates interest. But she was basically saying that people use the life insurance to protect their assets. So I'm like, hmm, I don't know what that means. So she's still, putting me on game about a lot of stuff. So I say that to say this: the people that she's around actually been putting her on game on, like, excuse me, what the rich people do, like how they protect their money, how they grow their money, and stuff like that. So I'm like, you need to tell me that I can open up um an account called an annuity, and like I just deposit money in, or like let's just say I want to roll over my 401k into an annuity. Um it'll accumulate interest over time, and then like when you go to withdraw the money, it'll be tax free, so the government doesn't take anything, like everything is 100% yours. And I'm like, OMG. I didn't know that. So I'm just spreading the word. If anybody is interested um in learning more about that, I think that's a good idea, especially with how the economy is going right now. You want to at least have something that'll grow, whether it's 5 years from now, 10 years from now. Hell, I'm thinking long term. I'm like, sure, if I give me an asset right now, like I'm gonna be good when I retire. I don't plan on retiring until like mm, a little bit over 60. I get about like 62. But yeah, she was just putting me on game, and I think it's a good step in the door for anybody else who's interested. So if you are interested, my sister can definitely hook you up, and we can get that going. You don't have to necessarily um we're not she's not selling anything perhaps. But let's just say you do want to open up a life insurance policy. I mean, she could do that too. But I'm just saying, like, with the company that she's with, giving her the game on a lot of stuff. So if you were to become a broker like her, you'll definitely leave with way more knowledge about how to set yourself up. Honestly, that's a W. That's a W chat. That's a W chat. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say because I'm so excited. I was like, hmm, it's just so crazy how white people know this because they pass this information down to their kids, and not only that, like I be thinking that these so-called trust fund babies or these rich kids, when they graduate, their parents just pay their way through a lot of stuff. Whole time, these parents are opening, their parents are opening up like annuity accounts for them when they're young. And then the whole time they're in college, I mean, like in middle school, high school, college, et cetera, like by the time they withdraw that money, they at least set for at least 20 mil. I give it at least 20 mil. That's the estimate I'm looking at. Just using my common sense. But it's probably more than that. So yeah, I just find it crazy that a lot of black people don't know that because me personally, I didn't know that. We can act like we're just so knowledgeable and people older than us, but I would wish that um anybody who has that knowledge, tell people about that, or try to get people to look at stuff like that. Because just imagine you even forget you have an annuity and it's just sitting and sitting and sitting for 10, 15 years. That's more money than Bitcoin. And people go and invest their money in cyber cryptocurrency and stuff like that. You don't even have to do all that if you have this. And I feel like this is how a lot of people hide their money as well. They say that. They I'm telling y'all, like, I'm trying to go to the little seminar that they have in January coming up. I'm not sure if I want to be an actual licensed broker just yet until I see, like, you know, until I get more information about it. But I wouldn't mind having stuff like that under my belt, just to have it. But yeah, I feel good right now. Cause what? What? You mean to tell me? Look, next $50 that I get is going straight to that. Heck yeah. I don't even know anything about the whole interest rates or how much it accumulates over time. I don't know if it's different for anybody else. So if you want more information about that, I have a email that's set up in my bio, and you're welcome to, inbox me and let me know if you have any questions or if you're interested in stuff like that. And I can point you to the right people for sure. For sure, for sure. So that's all I wanted to say, guys. Bye.